Hey everyone, so this is going to be kind of a quick video, kind of explain some stuff that has happened over these past few days. The last video I did, I was showing you some of the stuff that I got in the mail, you know, like the GunTech USA Ford hand grip, the gas block, the replacement breast of red dots, stuff like that. And I did the video of doing the installation on the Ford hand grip or Ford hand guard and the gas block, and I kind of did it in like a two-part video session because when I began it was kind of late in the day, and then I ran out of time to go eat some supper, get the baby ready for bed, stuff like that, and so I finished it up the next day, and I was just going to kind of include it in one video. And I'm getting ready to do my upload. I was looking at the editing, and I did two versions of the part 2, and I accidentally deleted the first half. So I'm gonna kind of explain to you real quick what I did, and then I'm gonna throw in the second half so you can kind of see. And I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit in the first beginning, even though you really won't see much. It's not hard to do. This is my first one doing. Never done it before. I watched YouTube videos on doing it, and haven't had a problem at all. Even when shot it, kind of off scenes. Me and my pops walked out there, unloaded a whole magazine. I'll go back out, and I think it's gonna be nice this weekend. Go out and shoot it, and this time I'll do some videos, let you guys see it. So, getting the first half of getting the old handguard off, like what was on there, I'll throw a picture in, and so you can see it, or go back and look at the rest of the other videos where it shows it. Getting the replacement, the original handguard off, getting all that stuff off is easy. You'll see I did make a block to go in the vise out of 2x4s. It's easy to do. I did it with a Sawzall and a flathead screwdriver. It's that easy. There's about a 1/2 inch of wood all the way around. So if you take a Sawzall with a long blade and you lay your 2x4 flat, and you come in a 1/2 inch off the side on both sides, and you cut straight down, and when you get about a 1/2 inch, measure it out. When you get about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, you stop. Go to the other side. Come a 1/2 inch off that side, cut straight down. When you get a 1/2 inch from the bottom, you stop. Stand up on his end, take a hammer, a flathead screwdriver, and get kind of in line with the bottom where your cuts are, where they end. Drive it down straight, and it'll split. It'll split all the way down through there, and then you've got a perfect, a notched out 2x4. Do it to another piece, make sure they're the same length, and it'll fit right in there. That way when you put it in the vise, you're going to have a vise if it's never been off before. You a hell of a person if you can get that barrel nut off without it in the vise. I will shake your hand and pat you in the back, because I'm no little fella and I'm no slouch, and I couldn't hold it. This nut was on, the barrel nut was on there extremely tight. I couldn't hold it and turn the wrench to loosen the barrel nut up at the same time. It can be very difficult if it's never off. Now that being said, that was the hardest part. Everything else was easy. Getting the original handguard off, knocking your pins out to get your forward sight, which is also your gas block, getting all that off was no problem. Putting it back together was no problem. The barrel nut can be tricky. Do not put your upper receiver in a vise without either buying the vise block. You can buy them from off of websites, Amazon, a couple bucks, or making one. You could tear some stuff up. So either spend a little time, make you a block, or buy one. And then that was really the hardest part. Putting it back together was easy. I've got big fingers. I did have a little bit of a difficult time with the roll pin to go back into the gas tube, because big fingers and a teeny little pin like that was a little challenging. But either you can use a pair of tweezers to kind of hold it, and the way the gas block is set up, you kind of set it up on top of something where it's kind of flat, and then hold it with a pair of tweezers or needle nose and tap it down in there with a hammer. That's how I found out. That's how I got it in there. That's really about it. Lining it up, no problem. It's got I used a red. It's a red color, the same as the phase 5 charging handle. Phase 5 charging handle. It's about the same color, so I think it looks pretty good. In the pictures, it looks like it's way off in the pictures or in the video, but they're really similar. And I think part of the reason why is because it's on the inside of the hand guard, so you're not getting a whole lot of the color, but they are very, very close. That's really about it. And don't be scared, guys. You can't be scared to do this stuff. Most of your AR parts are fairly cheap, so if you lose a pin, the only thing you might be is your downtime. I mean, that's spare a couple bucks if you lose a pin, or I mean, you don't want to damage a barrel or upper receiver, because then you're going to be getting into some pricey parts. But the rest of it is fairly inexpensive, so don't be scared to do this stuff. This is how I learned how to do all my stuff. This is, you know, spend the money on the tools. You're going to need the multi-wrench, just for your barrels and stuff like that. You're going to need one of those, and the block. The rest of it, I did it with little cheap punches I had. I even had a long, it was a Torx bit, like a little star-shaped bit you can buy, but it was for a longer extension, and it was like super teeny, and it actually fit down to where the pin goes. So if you don't have punches, use something small. Get creative. Don't be scared to try this stuff. So I'm gonna throw in the second half so you can kind of see where it goes from there. And that's really about it. And I hate that I did that, but I'm not gonna tear the gun apart and start over so you see it. I kind of tell you, if you want to see it done, go look at other videos. It's really not hard. That's really about it, guys. Stay safe, protect your family, do what you got to do, and most of all, have fun. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Stay safe. Hey everyone. Okay, so this is going to be a second day. As you can tell, I'm in work clothes, just got off work. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a recap of what we got going on for the forward handguard replacement on the Anderson. Show you everything I've gotten done, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the barrel nut off. If it's never been off, you're going to need a vise. Just plain and simple. I took some 2x4s at work and kind of notched them out, put it in the vise. You can buy one of these, save you some time. If you got a couple 2x4s, you can put it in this, put it inside. One side kind of like something like this. Put it in the vise. The way the wood will dent and less damage, or less likely to damage your upper. Okay, so I'm going to be installing forward handguard, barrel nut. I did get the pin in the gas block yesterday. I'll be installing that in just a moment. And stuff I took off. So, let's get the barrel nut on. The good thing about this one is you do not have to make sure it lines up with your gas tube where it goes in the upper, because this is a low mount, a low profile barrel nut. So it should go right up. That's actually pretty tight. Now, I do not have a torque wrench with me, so I'm just going to get it mocked up today, and I'll take it to my shop and put a torque wrench on it. And everything I read so far looks like bound around 30 foot-pounds for it to be good. So, anyways, all right. Let's. I do not have. Where I'm at now, I don't have a vise, so I'm gonna use the other end of my multi-wrench here, put it in one of the holes, and let's see, okay. This is just until I can get to the shop and put a torque wrench on it. Which, that's pretty tight. Torque wrench, I'll be able to get it better. Okay. So I did get this all mocked up yesterday. Slide this on, go over, line it lined up. It'll be something like that, which looks pretty dang good. Then you want to make sure it's lined up going down your barrel. Actually, I'm going to, that should be just about dead on right there. Yeah. Get this guy tightened down. I may have to go get the other. Maybe not. Perfect. And you'll know if it don't work right, or if it's not lined up, because it probably won't cycle. Okay, so that's on there. Like so. Everything's tight. Slide this guy on. And then get it lined up. Looks like I will have to go get the other. As you can hear my 2-year-old in the background. Okay, let me go get my other Allen set, because this one I don't have a set. Be right back. Alright, so I think we got the right stuff here. Let's see. Had to improvise a little bit. Let's see. Surely not. I may not have the right thing altogether. That guy will do it. You got 4 screws along the bottom. Tighten them up. And I like it because you can see that red gas block through the barrel, or through the handguard. I think it has a little detail. Okay. That's good and tight. It looks pretty good. All right, let's add our pressure washer back to the end for the nozzle brake. Save the old pins. You never know. You might need them. And yes, I'm not in a chair this time, so just bear with me. My chair broke. Gotta get another chair. But the videos will continue. Chair or no chair. Alright, that's on. Put the muzzle device back on. Pretty good. Okay. Alright, just put it back together the same way you took it apart. Charger handle. And I'll clean it, everything real good before I cycle it. Bolt carrier, make sure your firing pin is out, not in. That is in. Make sure it's out. Okay. All right. It is in. This is the easy part. Put the pins back in. Pins are in. That looks like a totally different gun. I got to tell you. Oh, it's lighter. Okay. That's impressive. I was impressed. It looks completely different. This is, you'll see it. This is the one of the replacement Bristol red dots I received, and we're gonna put it on top of this guy. See how it looks. Now this is not a this is by no means, this is not a how-to. This is how I'm doing it. This is my first time doing this, and I'm learning on the go. So, of course, that's how I do everything else. I always learn as I'm on the go. That's self-taught pretty much. I do watch videos, other YouTube videos, and then I do it myself. I learn from my mistakes, and that's okay. That's how everybody should do it. If you're scared to learn from your mistakes, then you shouldn't be doing it. So, anyways, some people may look at this and say, oh, well, you didn't do it right. That's okay. I did it how I wanted to. I learned, and I'm perfectly fine with it. If you can accept that, good for you. If not, piss off. And that's just how it is. Beautiful. I'll take a better picture of it so you guys can see it. But that looks like a totally different gun. I'm going to have to get a riser for this red dot because this should just sit awful low. Oh yeah, this is way too low. Or it's just got to be sighted in. Oh, there she is. I love that gas block. We'll take it out to the range. We'll see how she does. So until next time, guys, y'all stay safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And y'all go have some fun.